I'm John, this is a Hobby React video, and you're watching Wargames, Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome to this Hobby React video. I haven't done a video like this before, but with all of the previews that have just been released by Games Workshop, I felt that I wanted to just put across some of my views and thoughts on some of the things that have come out. So the first thing I want to talk about is Lionel Johnson, the Dark Angels Primarch, one of my favourite characters of all time, and he's now in the 40k universe. Dark Angels got me into Warhammer 40,000 amongst a few other things which I'll talk about in this video, but I'm so happy that they've now released him as a model, and going into the next edition of Warhammer 40,000 we've got him as a playable character. He looks fantastic. The armour and the style, it nods to that Forge World model, but also it's something new. He is the Dark Angel. He looks fantastic with his little watchers in the dark following him along. It's going to be really interesting to see his rules and see armies built around him. And if it's just the model itself, I mean, it's amazing. It looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on one. It's a great model. I mean, I can't really say much at the moment about the rules because I don't know any of them. Just looking at what he looks like, yeah, I'm going to have to get one of these, rebuild my Dark Angels army. I mean, something that I have to say, Warhammer 40,000 9th edition, I haven't played at all. I've been more of a collector and a painter, but I haven't really done as much of it. I generally stick to Necromunda, but I'm really interested now in all of these kind of new things that are coming. So let's have a look at the next thing. Not much to say on this, but Terminators. Primaris scale Terminators. Another thing that got me into Warhammer 40,000, and I can't wait for these kits to come out. They're iconic. I can't really say much more. And it leads straight on to the next thing that got me into Warhammer 40,000, and that's Tyranids. It's about time they got an update, and looking at these Termagants that have just been previewed, same as the old, but with a few little tweaks here and there. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's coming out with Tyranids in the not too distant future. But after those quick little ones, let's have a look at the next thing. So here it is, the cinematic trailer for the next edition of Warhammer 40,000. Now, as I said, 9th edition I haven't really got involved with. I've collected and made a few things, but this has really got me interested again in 40k. I mean, looking at just the cinematic trailer, of course it's going to be all bells and all whistles and trying to sell things and everything. But let's have a look at it, and I'll talk about a few things that I've seen in it which will lead to, hopefully, things coming out in the future. So most people are aware by now, it looks like Tyranids are going to be the next big bad. Or if you're on the Tyranids side, Space Marines are going to be the next food. But let's have a look and see what we get an idea of with this. So we've got some Tyranid ships there, either drop ships or drop pods going to the planet. And then the next bit we see a Space Marine killing that poor little Tyranid. But these could be, as you see that they've got chitin armour going up their arm, that could have been a Tyrannic war veteran. So there may be Primus ones now. We've got the Termagants, really looking forward to seeing those. There is a Combi Bolter. Flamers. So we're looking at traditional weapons being updated again for Primaris, which is going to be great. So we can see those were standard Ultramarines. Generally any release we're going to have the Ultramarines as the basic kind of release, but we can paint them as whatever we want. This Carnifex looks interesting. Just with the few shots that we've got, it does look like an updated version of the old Screamer Killer. There is that Bolter combi weapon again. So we've got good old Redemptor Dreadnought there. Yeah, that definitely looks like an updated Screamer Killer. So let's have a look and see. So we've got Blood Angel's pendant there. This Apothecary interests me because the armour looks like the heavier Primaris armour. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So that looks like it could have been a Lictor. More Termagants. Biovores. So let's have a look. That looks like a traditional dreadnought there. This is something that really interests me. So it's Teleport Homer for Terminators. I really like the way that drops down. Hopefully it might be in the game mechanic, but we'll see. So it goes quite quickly to see what kind of Tyranids those were. But I really do like it when we see that Terminator coming in a second. So here we have the new scaled up Terminators. Assault Cannon, my personal favourite. Reality, it would run out of ammo very quickly, but we're not going to talk about or worry about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these. We've then got Terminator Librarian. They're going to be upscaled as well. So this Terminator's being upscaled, really looking forward to. Then that's either a winged hive tone or something else. I do like the fact that they are showing that the Terminators aren't invincible. It's the one thing that does kind of bug me when people go for armies that are completely invincible. That one interests me. That could be a Zoetrope. Can never pronounce it correctly, apologies. But we've got the Psychers in there, which is going to be really quite interesting to see how they redo the psychic power psychic phase. That looked like a heavy bolter. But yeah, it's really looking forward to this. It's going to be interesting to see the models and the updates and so on. So yeah, 10th edition. I mean, something that is going to be quite interesting. They've said that all the codexes are going to be not playable because they're moving to a slightly different system. It is a shame when that happens, but they are updating and things like that. It's tricky. Part of me thinks it shouldn't happen that way, but another part thinks it's nice to have a full refresh. One bonus though, they have said they will be releasing all rules for current models completely free, so you can download them. You can buy the cards as well, but that's something quite nice. So straight from the off, we'll be able to have rules for everything that's playable. The thing that I like is they're trying to open it out to as many people as possible. New people to the hobby means the hobby will carry on. This video that's playing right now is the Games Workshop kind of promo video for Warhammer 40,000. I think it's great. I want more people to play. I want more people to engage with the hobby. It shouldn't be gate-kept or anything. We've got such a broad hobby from so many different media sources that anyone can enjoy. The game itself, I'm particularly looking forward to the data cards that are coming back. I remember them fondly from 2nd edition when I started playing 40k, where every kind of vehicle and things like that had a little card to go with it, similar to the old Epic game system Space Marine. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting time with the new edition coming out in the next few months. I'm probably going to do a few more reaction videos as we get those kind of releases and information. This was just a first kind of thought looking at what was coming out. So I'd be interested to hear what other people are looking forward to. I personally don't want to talk about things that are negative about the change of the edition. I want to stick to the positivity, the enjoyment and that kind of thing. So yeah, if you want to put in the comments things that you're looking forward to, drop a comment. If you want more reaction videos and things like that, drop a comment as well. I haven't done something like this before and it does end up me babbling quite a bit, so apologies for that. One other thing, if you want to check all these videos out, they are on the Warhammer community page and they're definitely worth a watch and have a look at all of the information that they've released. There are so many more things that they have put out there in their previews that really interest me. Kind of looking at the humans for Age of Sigmar, that's looking quite interesting. But there are a lot of things out there that are worth looking up. But for now, I'm John, and you've been watching War Games, Models, and Other Hobbies.